Hey tubers, welcome back from another adventure, and just by looking at my truck you could tell I was out garage sailing and flea marketing and so forth. This is Memorial Day weekend, so Stormville Flea Market is open today. It's just one of your typical Stormvilles, but let's start with the items I picked up. The Corvette was free. It was on the side of the roads with a free sign on it, so I picked it up. What am I going to do with it? I've seen people do some interesting stuff with this. I've seen them basically put an all-terrain vehicle underneath them, just kind of a frame-up build with the ATV underneath them, which would be kind of cool. So I'm not exactly sure. I haven't had enough time. I didn't look at it, so I don't know if the batteries are good or dead. If it's functional, it might just find a new home being fully functional. The second big thing I got was this off-road kitty truck thing. I think you guys can see it pretty good. Power wheels, Fisher Price, and all that. I actually got the battery that goes with it, and the guy tells me it actually functions, but it doesn't last long. So those were both garage sale items, and once again, it was $20. I really didn't want it. The guy kind of, he kind of started at 50, and I said, oh no, okay, thanks. And then 30, and then 20, and it was like, all right, for 20 bucks I'll take it. Garage sale, free pickups. Oh, the box of wire was free. The propane tank is full. It was $10. Both of these guys, I have heating project planned for the winter, and both of these were $20, and the fan is part of that heating project also. It was $8. It's one of those old fans that actually shudders and makes all kinds of noise. I'm going to have to use a rock or a sledgehammer or something and see if I can't balance the blade out a little better. And then comes, the flea market stuff. This is one of those solar light flasher things. I have a couple of these now. I opened it up. Looks like somebody bagged the batteries for some reason. I think these have lithium ion batteries in it. I actually have to do a little research. This was from the dollar guy. You guys know I like these Stanley screwdrivers. I used to have them when I was a kid. This is X-White, right? And the roll of aluminum was $1. The Garmin, this is a newer one. I have a few of these floating around, but they're all kind of old and they need to be updated, and they've been a little problematic. I guess when you drop them 100 times, it's rough on them. So this is brand new. The guy said it was a year-old Christmas. The date for copyright is 2016, so I was happy to get a newer one. My buddy who sells me this kind of stuff, so this was $5. A lot of these picks are helpful for getting O-rings out and so forth. Obviously fuse holder, and I'm always buying these guys, always using them. The floppy sanding discs, these were $6 for $10. Then comes kind of the next pile of stuff. The brushes, the plugs, the one-handed here, and 3 t-shirts and a sweatshirt. I gave my buddy Luther 15 bucks for that. Another guy sold me these files. He wanted $2 each, so I took 5, and he said, why don't you go get two more for free? So I frequently find myself looking for files, so I just I just said, you know what, for $10 now I'll have all the files I could ever want. These are new old stock American made. So these are just a little bit bigger than an eighth, and these are just a little smaller than a quarter. So yeah, I was after some better drill bits. Quite honestly, the Harbor Freight stuff, if you're using them in a drill press, or you know, you don't mind wrestling with them, they're not bad. But after the last project, I was kind of like, man, I gotta get some better drill bits. These are just frustrating as heck. These guys were $3 for $10, or $3 for $1 actually, and I'm going to use these to kind of hold the tarps onto some of the three-wheelers and all. I picked up 9 of them. Another buddy of mine runs the curbs in Westchester, and he said this was a good motor. It's just your typical lawnmower motor. It's not weighed to be a pressure washer or anything else. Right, you can see the shaft on the bottom. I have a tendency to do a lot of rototilling with my lawnmowers. I hit a lot of rocks and kind of beat up the push mowers pretty bad. So I figured this was $10, and it came with the rusty Craftsman. And this is Master Mechanic, or yeah, Master Mechanic. You guys might not realize, but the Master Mechanic stuff, you can just bring it right to True Value and they'll replace it for new. But this actually seems to be functional. So $10, and I think that's all of it. I kind of slowed down a little bit. I deliberately kind of took it a little easy at Stormville. I only went around once. I didn't work the market all that hard because, quite honestly, I did not want to spend a lot of money and bring a lot of stuff home. You guys know I've been doing a lot of investing in projects to the point where I actually had to borrow some money from the wife. How's that for scary? So I figured I would try to hold back a little bit, though normally for Stormville this is pretty typical. The next event at Stormville will be the garage sale at Stormville. It is the Saturday of, I believe it's Father's Day weekend, and if I'm recalling correctly, it is June 14th. You guys could go check out the website. I'll be there. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I caught somebody kind of taking a camera phone picture with me in it. I'm not sure if it was of me or of the stand or what the story was, or maybe they have a beard fetish. But yeah, that was a little surprising. So if any of you guys out there shot a photo of me, let me know if it was you. Yeah, she seemed to be paying more. It was an older woman, but she seemed to be paying more attention to me than the stand. So, and when I looked at her, she kind of shut the situation down. So anyway, if one of you folks out there is documenting my travels, do let me know. Say hello, okay? Yeah, that was the only weird thing today. That was the only time I saw her, because after I took note of that, then, you know, I kind of looked out for her, because I was trying to figure out if I knew her. Right, you know, perhaps from work. I've lived in this area almost 40 years now, so I figured, oh, maybe it's, you know, somebody I know. But why would they want to get a photo of me? They could just walk up to me and say hello. I don't know. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for dropping by to watch and comment, subscribe. Please remember to keep your feet down, your heads up, And if you buy too much stuff, it gets harder and harder to put it away, huh? Bye now.